Your boss's voice sounds like this. His face looks like this. But that person is not actually there. 2024, Hong Kong. A finance company employee opened a video conference. His CFO was there. His colleagues were there. You need to make an urgent transfer. $25 million. Tell no one. The employee did it, and not a single person in that meeting was real. They were all generated by artificial intelligence. When you finish this video, you'll know 3 things. 1. Exactly how this attack was done. 2. How to tell fake from real. 3. How to protect yourself starting today, because this could happen to you too. Let's begin.
In every attack we've talked about so far, there was one thing, a chance to notice. The email looked weird. The link was suspicious. The message had typos, but deepfake doesn't have that. Deepfake targets your brain's deepest trust mechanism. Familiar face, familiar voice. Your brain says trust, and that's why you get fooled. But the really scary part is how easy this technology has become to use, and this will surprise you a lot.
What do you need to make a deepfake? A few photos, a few minutes of voice recording. That's it. Your LinkedIn profile, a video on YouTube, a podcast conversation. These are enough. The AI takes this material. It learns your face, it learns your voice, it learns your speaking style, and then it can produce a video that makes you say whatever it wants and makes you look however it wants. In 2019, this technology was still crude. It was relatively easy to spot. In 2024, you can't tell it apart from the real thing. According to research, people detect deepfakes incorrectly 50% of the time. That means we can't perform better than flipping a coin. But now, I'm going to show you exactly how that $25 million heist was done. And you'll see a gap at every step.
Hong Kong, a major finance company. The hackers chose their target. But first, they had to do something. Step 1. Research. They logged into LinkedIn. They found the CFO's profile. They watched his conference talks. They learned the company's meeting culture. Who can make transfers? Which colleagues are authorized for this? How are meetings conducted? Everything was public. Step 2. Collecting material. They downloaded the CFO's videos. They recorded his voice. They analyzed his speaking style. They did the same for the other colleagues. They were going to create digital copies of 5 people in total. Step 3. Model creation. They fed it to the AI. The CFO's digital twin was created. The other 4 colleagues too. Now they could make them say whatever they wanted. Step 4. Setting the trap. They sent a fake meeting invitation. The email looked just like the company's real format. It looked official. The employee clicked. Step 5. The meeting. The screen opened. 5 familiar faces. The CFO spoke. We're acquiring a major company. Confidential. Transfer 200 million Hong Kong dollars today. Tell absolutely no one. The employee hesitated. Then he thought, is it even possible to fool 5 people at the same time? And that thought destroyed him. He made the transfer. $25.6 million. Step 6. Discovering the truth. The next day, he wanted to confirm the situation with the real CFO. He called the CFO. About the transfer I made yesterday. What transfer? And everything became clear. The money was gone. It was nearly impossible to get it back. Now think about this. This employee was not stupid. He was not careless. He was not inexperienced. He was just unprepared for a technology that hacks the trust mechanism of the human brain. And this could have been you. But now comes the most important question. How do you tell?
Detecting deepfakes is getting harder every day, but there are still signs you can look for. Sign 1. Eye blinking. Early deepfake models failed at blinking. They blinked too little or not at all. Today's models have fixed this, but sometimes you can still notice unnatural eye movement. Sign 2. Face edges. Look at the transition points between the face and hair and neck. In deepfakes, these transitions sometimes look blurry or unnatural, especially during motion. But let me be clear about something. These signs are closing very quickly. In 2025 and beyond, deepfake technology will close most of these gaps. So relying on visual detection is not a long-term solution. The real protection is something else. And people who don't know this method have a huge vulnerability.
Real protection against deepfake attacks is not in visual detection. It's in the process. Here are the methods that actually work. Method 1. Verification protocol. For large money transfers or sensitive decisions, a video conference is not enough. Extra verification is mandatory. For example, after the meeting, I'll call you directly and you'll confirm it. The attacker can't manage the real-time phone call with deepfake. Or, I'll send you a code via text. Read it back to me. This simple step would have prevented the $25 million heist. Method 2. Internal security code, especially in financial transactions. Establish a secret verification code within the company. This code is something only real people know. Asking for this code in a meeting takes 1 second. It's impossible for the deepfake to answer. Method 3. Don't trust a single channel. If an instruction comes only from a video conference, be suspicious. A real CFO's instruction will also be confirmed via email. It will also go through the official system. An instruction from just one video conference is a serious warning sign. These 3 methods are simple but effective, and most companies don't use them. Does yours?
Wait a second. Right now, you're thinking, this is just a problem for big companies. It won't happen to me. You're wrong. Deepfake is not just used in corporate attacks anymore. It's being used in romance scams. It's being used in I'm your relative scams, targeting the elderly. It's being used by fake companies trying to recruit you. It's even used to clone children's voices to fool parents. And behind all of this is a bigger question. Is artificial intelligence completely changing the security world? Deepfake is just the beginning. Right now, AI is personalizing phishing emails. It's automatically finding security vulnerabilities. It's optimizing social engineering attacks. In our next video, we'll show you how ChatGPT is being used by hackers and how AI has become a cyber weapon. This video might be the most important video on this channel because this thread is growing right now. To watch that video now, click on the video you see on screen. If this content helps you and you want to stay safe in the digital world, don't forget to subscribe.